Hey guys, thanks to Sean Larman, Jack's RC Recycle and Repair, I'm going to do a chassis comparison between the Redcat Gen 8 and the Traxxas TRX 4 Sport. Take a look. Looking at the chassis, the Redcat has inner fender wells and the same running boards, or similar to what the Traxxas has. This right here will help keep mud and dirt and debris out of your chassis, as where the TRX 4 doesn't have those, and they're not in the body on the TRX 4 either. They both have a C-channel chassis. The one on the TRX 4 comes out a little bit further than what the Redcat does. Whether that makes a difference or not, don't really know, but it may affect the bumper selection at a later date. At the rear of the chassis, the TRX 4 Sport chassis actually comes out quite a bit further than what the Redcat does in relation to the rear axle. Now the chassis on these things are quite a bit different, as in like overall size. The Traxxas is about 12.35, and the Redcat, if I can get in here on this, is almost 16 millimeters. So quite a big difference in chassis thickness. So chassis, definitely the Redcat's got this one. Underneath the chassis, things are a bit different. You have a standard 4-link rear suspension on the TRX, a standard 4-link rear suspension on the Redcat. It is actually pretty simple. The bellies of the TRX and the belly of the Redcat. This little bulge right here is about 10 millimeters up. That could be an issue, because you know you're going to hit stuff and that may actually hang you up. Time will tell how that works out. Underneath we can see the steering, and you can see that strange angle that I was telling you about, as far as with the servo being pushed forward on the Redcat versus the TRX. You can see it's kind of nice and tucked up in there. Plastic servo horn. Now the Redcat does have a metal servo horn, but you know, it's just kind of got a whole lot more angle as opposed to the Traxxas. So Traxxas has the geometry advantage on this one. Redcat's got the better servo horn. Looking at the front axles, you can see the Redcat comes with a nice metal diff cover, as where the Traxxas is plastic. Now, metal doesn't typically slide over rocks as easy as plastic, but this may not be too bad. But the Traxxas will definitely slide easier. Now the Traxxas, the diff is actually a little bit over to the side, a little bit more so than what the Redcat is. So it's possible there may be more usable clearance as far as the portal design on the Traxxas itself. Looking at the steering, they are quite different for the most part. The Redcat, it has a lot of exposed parts and pieces. That nice metal servo horn is kind of exposed. The Traxxas is really tucked up in there pretty nice. I mean, that is going to take a lot to get to the Traxxas. This right here could actually be an issue on the Redcat. Don't know yet. Time will tell. As far as the shocks go, I gotta say the Redcat's got the better shocks. Nice, fluid, and smooth. The Traxxas, that is not really enough oil in the shocks, and the pistons are kind of coming out a little bit, kind of cavitating, but more on the shocks. The Redcat are nice aluminum big bore, as in they're not big bore like what you would think, but they're a larger bore than these. So yeah, definitely got to give it to Redcat for the shocks. One of the gripes I always hear about Redcat is the quality of their plastics. And I can tell you guys right now, this is a whole new level of quality. They have absolutely stepped up their plastic game in terms of rigidity and toughness, at least. I mean, the bumpers don't flop around at all. The Traxxas is a little more flexy. The plastic is just a lot better, and it's a much welcome sight as far as the Redcat stuff, because you know they've had their issues with plastic in the past. With the front wheels off, you can see the portal boxes. You can see Redcat caster is pretty much straight up and down. Traxxas is leaned back. So in theory, the Traxxas would be better at speed than the Redcat. On a crawler, not really sure that it matters a whole lot, but I know you certainly don't want to have that forward. Man, that's just ugly. You're watching somebody turn their tires lean out at the top and it's like, ugh. So I actually prefer this caster more so than what's on the Redcat. Now, if you look at the portal box itself, the Traxxas has lots of beef, nice ribbing. The Redcat is a little bit plain. Could possibly use a little more ribbing around there for strength. However, they do have metal for the Traxxas, and they got metal coming out for the Redcat. That should be an upgrade on everybody's list. Even though these aren't part of the chassis, I prefer the Redcat wheel and tire combo much better than the Traxxas. These tires are what they have on the Gen 7, and I almost won a tire competition, a tire test that I did a while back. It was amazing. So yeah, plus I like shiny stuff. It's got a nice little chrome cap which just kind of screws on the extra threads after the wheel nut, and it's a legit bead lock versus plastic glue on. So Redcat's got the better tire here. One of the really nice things about the Redcat is this. You can actually change the steering servo and ESC without having to open up your receiver box. Plus it helps keep things waterproof. Very nice, Redcat. Looking at the TRX 4 belly, you can see the front lower links to the back links is really smooth. Looking at the Redcat, the front lower links to the rear lower links, that little bulge hanging down there may be an issue. Time will tell. One of the nice features about the Redcat is you can adjust the wheelbase. You can see the holes in the belly. You can see the holes in the chassis. You can see the upper link holes, the adjustments that you've got right there. You have adjustments on the shock towers. So as far as overall adjustability, this is way better than the Traxxas. Here's that front single upper link. So yeah, I do like that, which means you can fit just about any scale body you want on the truck. Since the ESCs and motors are in place, I'll go ahead and talk about those. This is pretty much a Hobbywing 1040 ESC, and I've had really good luck with it. I mean, really good luck with it. I value this ESC over the XL5 from Traxxas. As far as motors go, I hear more motor bushing squealing out of the Redcat motor than I do out of the Traxxas motor. Now the Traxxas is a reverse rotation, which may cause issue in trying to replace it, as where, to my knowledge, the Redcat is normal rotation. Battery positions are relatively the same. Traxxas mounts using this bar, and Redcat uses the Velcro. They both have little divots of different sizes, or recesses of different sizes in here. So make use of those with whatever you want, I guess. Finally, Redcat comes with a Dean's connector. Traxxas still has their own Traxxas connector. In the scalar world, Dean's is way more common than the Traxxas. So most people, if they keep this ESC, they will cut this off and put a Dean's on it. Or an XT60. I see a lot of guys using those connectors lately. Okay, so hopefully I showed the chassis well enough for you guys to see what I was trying to describe. Both trucks have the pros and cons. You know, I really like the chassis on the Redcat Gen 8. I don't like the bulge on the belly of the Gen 8. You know, the TRX 4 has proven to be really tough over time. We'll see where the Gen 8 turns out. It may prove to be just as tough. Time will tell. Like I said, I don't really know if there's a winner or a loser to this, but I will tell you this, I can't wait to get the Gen 8 on the trail and maybe the TRX will follow along and see who can climb what. So guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully I showed you guys a few things, and thank you all for watching.